And we're live. Holy shit. I got something caught in my throat as we went there.
That seems normal with all the technical difficulties we've been having.
Yep.
Another
Nothing
week
but
of
tech
technical
difficulties.
difficulties. Yep.
There's
But
kind
we're
of
here.
always tech difficulties, honestly, but like, I don't know. We usually work through it a little quicker.
For sure. Yep. It's either technical difficulties or someone's late difficulties.
Yeah. Yeah. No, neither one of us were late necessarily this time, so.
Sure. Special Valentine's Day episode.
Yep.
That's why John's not here. He's doing Valentine's Day stuff.
Yep.
Uh, Paul and I guess, are doing our
Weekend.
Valentine's Day stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow or Sunday. One of the two. I think tomorrow, but I just know it's not Saturday. I'm kind of out of the loop on this one, so I'll let you know how it goes.
What are your plans?
I think we might be going to Banff, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess it just depends what days she has off, because I'm kind of off for however long I guess it takes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it it's a holiday up there for you guys as well, right?
I think Monday is Family Day.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We have
Yeah.
President's Day, so
Okay.
it's a long weekend down here. My girlfriend doesn't though, because otherwise I would have tried to like go somewhere for the weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
But we can't. Well, we could have, but I wanted to do like a 3-day long weekend. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. Our plans for tomorrow are just make dinner and
Yep.
go see Lego Movie 2.
Holy crap, is that tomorrow too?
That came out last week.
That came out last week, okay, because I think either tonight or tomorrow, Alita Battle Angel came out.
Well, I mean, tonight and
Or
tomorrow
is-
are basically the same day
Same.
in terms of movie releases. But yes, this week is Alita Battle Angel, and another movie that I'm interested in called Fighting with My Family.
Okay. I don't
which is
think
like
I know this one.
It's like a dramedy that's kind of slightly biopic-y on this female wrestler who gets like trained by The Rock. And it looks like it's like a comedy and stuff.
Sure.
The guy from like all of Edgar Wright's films that's not Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. Yeah, Nick Frost. He's in it as well.
Okay. Yeah.
But it looks enjoyable, so I'm kind of curious about that movie as well. I don't know if I'll see Alita. I kind of don't care at all about that movie.
It looks dumb, so I wanted to at least hear what's going on with it from people, like if I should go see it.
If I can come up with a weekend where there's nothing else I want to see, I'll
Yeah.
probably go see Alita. But at the moment, Lego Movie 2 is the priority, which I'm hearing good things about.
Yeah.
Some people are saying that movie has just as much heart as the first one, which I find hard to believe because that
Yeah.
first one is so good and it's so smart and it is so full of heart.
I was gonna say I don't know that that's possible, but you'll have to
Yeah.
let me know. I suppose
That first movie is an absolute treasure. Yep.
it's very
sure.
good. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know exactly what John's doing. He's buying Neo Geos. It
Okay.
seems like. I don't know.
That
But
seems
he'll
like
be-
a John thing.
That
Yeah.
seems like a John thing, yeah. But he'll be back next week, of course.
Yep. As far as we know,
How-
unless something came up, I guess. But yeah.
Right. Are you guys out of the freezing cold yet?
Yeah, today was actually kind of warm. It's been like plain. I mean, you've lived here. Had that like headache you get when it's like cold and warm back and forth. It's been like fucking.
I've never
with my
got
head.
headaches from that. But you're talking about like a Chinook?
I guess so, but it doesn't. It's not like a warm like wind or anything. It's just like there's a weird pressure in the air and there's no snow anymore.
Okay.
So
It's pouring down here. Not at the moment,
yeah.
but just it is nonstop rain, and I hate it. In fact, so I mentioned on last week's show that last weekend I was going away for a Quidditch tournament. It was 6 degrees the entire time. On Saturday, I was outside for 12 straight hours, and it would not stop raining, and it was windy, and it was miserable.
Oh man,
Yeah. I got 12 hours of that.
that sounds absolutely terrible.
Yeah. But our Airbnb had a hot tub,
That's
which was
good.
a game changer.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you about this Airbnb. This was the nicest Airbnb I have ever stayed in. Every room had at least a 60-inch TV in it,
Good lord.
including like the pool table room.
Wow.
which was directly adjacent, if not kind of also part of the living room that had the biggest TV in it.
Where was this?
This was in Sacramento.
Hmm.
There was 4 bedrooms. Each one had a king size bed. The master suite might be bigger than my entire apartment.
Oh God. Yeah.
But we just like crammed the whole team in there. So for 2 nights, every person had to pay like $70 total.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Pretty good.
It was a great deal. But yeah, it was incredible. And then, like I said, it had the had a hot tub as well, and that was great.
Cool.
That was my weekend. Did you get up to anything last weekend?
Last weekend, I want to say no. I think I was sick. Yeah, I can't remember a lot of last weekend. I think I was down with a like 24-hour flu that lasted about 2 or 3 days, sort of thing. Because I remember being in and out of sleep a bunch.
Lucky you.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, for sure. All right. This is the top down perspective for February 14th. I'm Sean Booker.
I'm Paul Fleck. So, I didn't put anything on my list here for what I've been playing. The reason being is because I bought a game. I'm going to tell you about a game called Redo, which is by one Brazilian guy, I believe. It came out in early access, but the reason why it's in early access is because he didn't have anybody to technically bug fix it, so he put it out there, and then as people are finding bugs, they're messaging him on Twitter, and he's been fixing them and like putting them out, and he has to add a hard mode apparently because there's only one mode in the game, but it is a full game. It's a like horror futuristic retro or Metroidvania type thing, so it's super up my alley. It won't work for me. It every now and then will load, and I get to like try a few things out, and then I'm like, cool, I'm gonna save this for now because I have something to do. Then I come back to try it, and the game just won't load, and it's been like that all week. And I've been.
That sounds like a bug. You should report that bug.
I've been talking with the guy in DMs every day about trying different stuff, and I'm hoping by next week I'm able to talk about it. But it's called Redo, and apparently I'm the only one who's had this problem. So he is working very closely with me to see what the hell is going on, just in case this game gets traction, and then I don't become the only person. He wants to know why it's not working, because it's not even at the point where it's loading and then crashing. It's just not loading, so there's no error report that I can send him. So we're trying to figure it out, and I have 12 minutes of in-game time in that game, and all 12 of those minutes are starting it up to see if it'll work. I've been like working very hard to try to get that working, and it's unfortunately not going anywhere. Other than that, I've been playing more Resident Evil 2, been trying to get that S+ rank on every difficulty and every mode, and it's been killing me.
So, just play a different game then.
They're coming out
enough?
No, it's still real good. Games are coming out like tomorrow, so I've been just kind of biding my time.
What are you looking forward to tomorrow?
I mean, tomorrow's Anthem. Tomorrow's Anthem Day. So
yeah. Which day is Far Cry?
Far Cry's tomorrow. Far Cry's tomorrow as well. Is tomorrow. Okay. There is a game called The Textorcist comes out today, actually, and I haven't been able to check that out either. So that's another one that's on my list. And there's a dating sim I was given a code for to check out that I thought I was going to maybe do some cute Valentine's Day thing with, but I don't think I'm going to at this point. So, but yeah, no, games are coming out for sure.
This is based, yeah. I would have already said we were kind of in it when Resident Evil hit, and then Kingdom Hearts. But like,
there's a lull.
If there was someone still, out there hanging on to the idea that games haven't hit yet, games hit tomorrow. You cannot argue against that. You're officially into it.
Metro Exodus as well is tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the other one. I knew that this was a busy weekend.
That was like, wait, was that the big day? What was the big February day? Was it tomorrow or was it later on? I remember like during E3, like everything was coming out this one day, but the 15th, was that the one or was it a later one? It must have been that one if those three are happening.
It must have been, yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably something I'm forgetting.
I think Division used to be on that date and they pushed that back a month.
Yeah, and then next month there's a bunch of stuff on the 15th as well, because Division is next month. And then I think there was something else. Isn't Sekiro next month sometime as well?
I have no idea. That's not really on my radar because I'm not interested in a Souls game.
Yeah, that's super on my... Oh, God Eater 3, I guess, was like the one that came out last weekend that I was going to maybe take a look at, but I was like, $80 for like cheap, weirder anime Monster Hunter? I don't know that I can pay that price.
Sure, so, right. I don't even know if Anthem really counts as tomorrow, because isn't that just the like EA Access preview drop?
Yeah, but if you have their premium service, you have the full game tomorrow as well.
Oh, okay.
So I would count it, but yeah, it kind of doesn't count.
Yeah, whereas I only get 10 hours of it tomorrow.
Me too. Yeah, and then I get to decide if it's worth buying, which I like. I like being able to play 10 hours and then decide if I want it. So that's good.
This will be the first time doing that. And I understand your progress does just transfer over, right?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to that game. I played very little of the demo on purpose because I wanted to just play it. So
Yep, me too. So what have you been playing?
I've been playing a bunch.
Okay.
Because there was another game coming out tomorrow that we forgot about, and it's Crackdown 3.
Is that out on PC?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Fuck. Okay, that's on my back burner. I can't get to it.
I was gonna talk about that last, but I already mentioned it. Crackdown 3. I got a review code sent to me, so I've been playing that all week.
Okay. As somebody who really liked Crackdown 1, I know for sure. I don't remember what you thought about 2.
I'm a big fan of just Crackdown in general.
In general? Okay.
This is those games, again, don't expect anything else.
Okay.
For better or for worse.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to say the fact that this game is a Game Pass game is going to do it a lot of favors, because I don't know I could recommend anyone really purchasing it. It just feels like Crackdown 1 remastered. It's 100% feels like that. Except, you know, the buildings are taller and the frame rate holds up. You know, it looks better. It's got Terry Crews, so that's kind of fun.
Okay.
But it's honestly, the like minute-to-minute gameplay is kind of dull. It's a lot of just, you know, traverse your way to this, you know, point.
Yep.
Blow up everyone there. Traverse your way to this point, blow everyone up there. That's it. It's like, it's kind of just one note, rinse and repeat that for, you know, 8 to 10 hours or whatever it is to that. I enjoy the traversal, like that, you know, the city is fun to jump around in, collecting those agility orbs, but from like modern day open world standards, the city feels kind of barren. Like there aren't really
afraid of it. Yeah.
There's no real like side quests. It is literally just like, hey, you should go to this chemical plant and blow everything up there. And then, hey, you should go to this vehicle lockup and blow everything there. How about you do that, like, I don't know, 50 times? And then we'll have a boss after every 10.
See, I was worried this would happen, too. Not really even because it's a problem with Crackdown and how Crackdown is, but mainly because this feels like maybe it's that game too late. Like, with the way open world games have gotten to the point where you kind of expect a certain level at this point of stuff to do in them, Crackdown never really had that, and I was afraid maybe they didn't push this to that limit of like...
No, yeah, like I think... I wouldn't be surprised if someone just said, hey, this is a remastered version of 1. Like, we made it look better, we made it run better, and here you go. Because that is exactly what it is. So, I mean, if you like Crackdown, you're going to get exactly that, but in no way, you are going to get absolutely nothing in terms of, like, something new, something different with Crackdown, to the point where, like, before, you never need to drive. You will never upgrade your driving mechanic because you don't need to.
Sure.
To the point of, like, you find, like, the 3 weapons you like. Doesn't matter how many other weapons you are, because you're going to use the grenade launcher, you're going to use the rocket launcher, you're going to use the frag grenade, and then maybe, like, an assault rifle, because those kill the fastest or make the biggest booms.
Yep.
It is just Crackdown 1 again. You know, like I said, for better or for worse. I'm a fan of Crackdown, so, you know, I'm enjoying my time.
Sure.
But this is, like, I think this is the perfect, like, metaphor for, like, summer blockbuster movie of, like, there's not a lot of, like, depth to it, but it's like it'll entertain you.
It's a good time. Yeah.
You can just kind of turn your brain off and you're going to enjoy it. I like, throw a podcast on and jump around the world collecting agility orbs, climbing these towers, collecting agility orbs.
Yeah.
There is, the animal part of my brain enjoys when I hear the little ding sound and the number goes up just a little bit. And then when it goes up enough, he like flexes and now I can jump even higher. Like,
sure.
Right. Like there's something really nice about that.
Yep. It's what I loved about the first one, honestly.
Yeah. So you just need to kind of go in there with expectations of like, this is not going to feel like a modern game.
Right.
It's going to look like a modern game, but it's not going to feel like a modern game. And it's extra crazy for me, someone who like just finished Red Dead.
Yeah.
Which is like the gold standard of open world games right now. It's like these are literally on the opposite ends. It's like, do you want an empty open world? Well, here's this, Crackdown 3. Do you want like the open world that everyone wishes they could be? Mm-hmm. Everyone wishes they were with Red Dead and they wish they were Red Dead, and that's on the other side. So that's kind of interesting. Like I said, if you have Game Pass, it's free, so why not? I think this is a fantastic addition to Game Pass. It just seems weird. I know this game got delayed a bunch, which I'm wondering if that is kind of part of it. If this game had come out when they around the time they first started talking about it, which was like forever ago. When did they first talk about Crackdown 3? Like 2015 maybe or something. Like it's been in development a long time because it kept getting delayed. Mm-hmm. I will say I haven't tried their Wrecking Zone mode, which I understand is like the super destruction mode, where that's where they kept talking about the destruction is being done in the cloud and all that stuff that they were touting. I haven't done that because those servers hadn't gone live yet.
Right.
I don't even think they are currently live. They had some like press opportunities, but they were like during the day and I'm at work. So I'll try those out sometime this weekend with a friend when he gets access to it through Game Pass, and see about that. But yeah, for right now, like it's entertaining. Like I'm having a good time with it, I should say that.
Yeah.
But it's not like, making me do any double takes. It's not making me like really, like I wouldn't be surprised if I forgot about Crackdown come Game of the Year.
Sure.
Yeah. Which is a bummer, but at the same time, it's not like, I don't know. It's a weird thing.
It seems, the Game Pass thing, it seems like really good for that, really suited. Yep. So that's cool, at least. That it's not a 60/80 Canadian dollar title, because that would suck, I guess. I guess it is if you buy it.
Yeah, I don't think I can recommend it at that point. Even if you're like a big Crackdown fan, like didn't I think they just made Crackdown 1 on Xbox free for everyone.
Did they?
Last week. They just
that makes sense.
Yeah, it was after the Inside Xbox event. I think they just announced, hey, Crackdown 1 is free.
Yeah.
Like at that point, just play that almost.
Yep. I agree.
Anyway, what else? I'm still playing Apex.
Okay.
I'm still playing a couple rounds of that each night. That I'm enjoying it. I'm terrible.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you gotten any wins?
No, I've gotten to like the top 3 a couple times.
Okay.
But then people just end up like bum rushing me.
Yeah.
Because at that point the circle's so small, I'm just kind of hiding. But then they bum rush me. Like I'm still not good at the combat part, but I've had like 1 or 2 encounters where like me and my team were like spread out and we actually like caught someone by surprise and like we're able to flank them and stuff. Yeah, I'm still real bad at that game, but it is just still like a lot of fun, and I haven't given up yet. So
do you have a squad, or do you have are you going with randos?
I have one guy I'm playing with, and we always have a rando.
Right.
And for the most part, they like stick with us because we're hanging together, and that person knows like they'll just die. One time, actually, we ended up the rando we got was the champion of the last game.
Okay.
And we were like, oh shit. And when they showed like the 3 characters next to each other, this person was like number of kills 900, number of kills 1, number of kills 0.
Oh my god.
And so when that game started, he just ran off, got shot, and quit the game. So it was. He clearly did not want to play with us.
So much for the carry, I suppose.
Yeah, we were like, dude, this guy's gonna carry us to the top.
Yeah.
Yes, chicken dinner, here we come. No, he did not want anything to do with the two of us, these absolute idiots.
No.
So maybe that, yeah. But anyway, I'm starting to get like an actual feel for some of the guns. Like I know which ones I'm leaning towards a bit more. So there's still a learning curve. I'm still enjoying that. I'm still just shocked that that game is so good for coming out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's such a polished game. But speaking of coming out of nowhere, so Apex was the surprise battle royale day one launch of last week.
Yeah.
And we got another one this week.
Yeah.
With Tetris 99.
Right.
Dude, Tetris 99, have you tried this out?
I installed it but didn't play it.
All right. So for those who don't know, this is Tetris Battle Royale, which is ridiculous. It was announced and dropped during the Nintendo Direct, which we'll get to more later in news. But Tetris 99 is you against 98 other people all playing Tetris. And what's really cool is you can watch everyone else playing at the same time.
Yeah.
So you have your Tetris board in the middle, of the screen. And then there are 98 tiny little boards all around you. You're not like seeing the blocks fall, but you're seeing like the blocks appear once they've hit the ground. Obviously kind of for processing power, that would be insane if it was like tracking absolutely everything. So it updates probably every like half a second to 1 second for everyone. And then as you get combos, it like sends garbage blocks to other players, and then if anyone loses Tetris, they're out until one person is left playing Tetris. I'm pretty bad at it at the moment. I think the highest I got was somewhere like mid-30s. My girlfriend actually played like one round and she got like mid-20s, so she's already doing better than me. And she specifically asked, please leave your Switch out while you're podcasting. I want to play Tetris. She's a big Tetris fan. One thing I don't understand, and I'm just kind of waiting for someone to do like the tell, maybe someone, I could Google it already, is there seems to be an option for who you attack.
Okay.
Kind of. There's some kind of strategy involved there. It's with the right stick. And you have 4 options, which are KOs, random, badges, attackers.
Okay.
So when you switch between them, it switches who's attacking you. And you can also see who's attacking. You can see who's attacking you, and you can see who you're attacking, and it'll change. Based on just my assumptions, I'm assuming KOs are people who are about to die, so you can kind of finish them off.
Okay.
I'm assuming attackers are people attacking you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or maybe it's just other people who are
attacking
people, like playing aggressively.
Yeah.
Random is random.
It's random.
That makes sense. Badges? I have no idea what that means.
I heard you get badges when you were doing better than other people, so it puts like a target on your head.
Yeah, I was thinking because there is like a level progression that doesn't do anything. I get maybe as you level up, you get badges, so maybe badges will be you attacking better players.
Gotcha. Comment saying badges are earned by KOing people. 1 KO is 1 point. If you KO someone, you get all their points.
Okay.
So it's a way to say that the people that are doing very good have a bigger target on their head for people that wanted to use that option.
Right. That makes sense. All right. Thank you for clearing that up. Yeah. Anyways, I'm bad at it. I'm also starting to notice, and I can't tell if it's a problem with my controller.
Okay.
I was using the Pro controller, or if this is some kind of an attack, but I've had a few times now where a piece hard dropped on its own.
Oh.
And I don't know if it's just the D-pad on the Pro controller sucks. Because I've seen gameplay video where this is happening to other people and they were also using a Pro controller, or it could just be someone like attacked and instead of garbage blocks, there's like a way that they can just like force your block down. People are saying, yeah, don't use the Pro controller, use the Joy-Cons. People have said that the Pro controller's D-pad is really bad for Tetris. So maybe I'm just accidentally hitting like kind of a
like
directional,
an angle or something.
Like a diagonal.
Yeah.
And I was doing that to myself. That's interesting to hear. That's a bummer because I really like that Pro controller.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bummer. So, and But anyway, I'm glad that was cleared up.
Yeah, cool.
It's free, by the way. That's Tetris 99. It's on the Switch. You
Yep.
need the Nintendo Online service to
Right.
play it. You can't play this game offline.
I was going to ask you, can you play Fortnite on the Switch without Nintendo's thing? Is that separate? Because they use their own servers?
Fortnite is a weird case. And in fact, there's a lot of weird cases with free-to-play games on all three of the consoles.
Yeah.
Some of the times you need gold. I think specifically with Fortnite, it's like, I think you need gold, but I don't think you need PlayStation Plus.
Right, because it doesn't use any of their infrastructure, I'm assuming. So it doesn't even bother with any of that stuff to check, I guess.
I don't know.
Weird.
I'm not sure. So I don't know what the case-by-case basis is for Fortnite. I'm not playing it on the Switch. I also have all the online services, so unless I Googled it to look it up, I'm not going to run into any kind of roadblock. But yeah, like I was saying, it's free on Switch. You need the online service, which I think now this is probably the best reason to get that online service.
It seems like a solid version of Tetris, if nothing else, for sure.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. It is Tetris. And just like, because looking at that online service, it was like, I mean, I haven't played Smash Online for a couple weeks. Yeah. I don't know if I need a whole year of this, but like, this is a good game. Like, the fact that you get, and I don't care about the NES games very much. I have yet to play one of them.
Yeah.
I have other ways to play them if they put a game on there I do actually want to play.
Yeah.
So I think this is their current best argument for why you should have that online service.
Yeah.
And I don't even mind that you can't play offline. Because if I'm going to play solo offline Tetris, I'm going to play Tetris Effect. I've got ways to play solo offline Tetris that are better than Tetris 99. So but anyways, yeah, I'm enjoying that, and that was a cool little drop to have for free. So that's cool.
Yeah.
And the last game I've been playing this week is Overcooked, because they had yet another release of free DLC. This is like their third or fourth DLC pack. They've only charged for one so far. This was the Lunar New Year. Came with a couple new chefs, like a dragon and a pig.
A dragon, okay, cute.
Well, kind of like one of those like festival dragons with like the people inside of it. Okay. One of those kind of dragons, yeah. In fact, that's one of the obstacles in several of the stages is like a whole train of those people in the dragon suit running through and blocking you off like assholes. With this, they kind of updated the UI a little bit, and they kind of made like a seasonal event hub. So by the looks of it, there's probably going to be like at least 3 other seasonal pieces of DLC coming. And that doesn't even include the paid one. So there might be even more DLC than that. It seems like Overcooked 2 is going to be a games as a service, a living game, which I'm excited for.
They're keeping up with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Move over Overwatch. All I care about are new map packs for Overcooked 2. What are the new recipes in this one? It is dumplings.
Okay.
Fruit platters. And hot pot. And hot pot's interesting because it's like a huge pot, and there'll be like multiple burners, and they'll switch, and you have to drag the pot over to the next burner so that things are still cooking.
Interesting.
But again, it's free. If you have Overcooked 2, why not play it? Free DLC. It's ridiculous that they keep putting out free DLC. I would easily pay a couple bucks for each one of these packs. But they've only charged for one of them so far, so that's incredible.
That is really cool.
And all right, that is it for what I've been playing. That's all you've played.
Yeah.
Let's do some news. Some stuff happened this week.
Cool. I'll start off with a small piece of news. If you're listening to this and you, like me, are into the Resident Evil 2 remake, tomorrow, the 15th of February, you will have a free update with 3 free little stories from different people that you encounter in Raccoon City, and you'll get a little tidbit of what their shtick is. So you can check that out tomorrow. No real news there. It's just a reminder that that's out tomorrow. So
just a PSA.
A PSA. Yeah. There was another thing I was going to say for a PSA. Oh, Flowers out on Steam, which is weird. You know that old game where you played the wind? Yeah, that's out on Steam now. So
game's all right.
Yeah,
game's on phones as well. Like,
yeah, it took a long time to come to PC, but it's there.
All right. Dead Cells got a 1.1 update, at least on the consoles for sure. I'm not really sure where the PC is at. A whole bunch of stuff got changed, including things like you can now make custom modes where you can like lock away items that you don't want to like randomly spawn.
Right.
Other stuff like apparently the standard Zero Cell game is going to be just a little bit easier. So maybe I'll actually be able to beat it now. And I guess they changed some other kind of like enemy scale difficulties on other difficulties and stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening. So if you're interested in Dead Cells, check it out. Other things like some of the what are like the buffs were like YOLO and stuff right before you exit, whatever the mutations, they've like altered some of those as well. So it looks like they changed a few things under the hood.
Yeah, I know. If you watched AGDQ, they had a Dead Cells run. They were talking about a bunch of these changes for the speedrunning community and stuff too, so that they could do like runs with only certain things and like taking the RNG out a little bit for those people. So it sounds like this might be the first like step in that by being able to choose what you're spawning. So that's cool. I like that.
Yep. This next one I'm hoping you might talk about more if you researched any of it, but they announced a sequel to Hollow Knight.
Yeah, so this was originally going to be just some DLC because they wanted to release this as DLC, but apparently it got so big that they're like, oh, we should just make this into like a proper full sequel. So Hollow Knight Silk Song is coming out, which it stars Hornet. For people that played the game, you'll know her as the giant pin-wielding I guess like female bug, I guess is like the way to describe her. That's really hard to, that she doesn't have any really other traits about her. She's more agile, focus on agility than like Hollow Knight's kind of like beefy swordsmanship or whatever. Yeah, apparently there's going to be like a whole bunch of new enemies and some new areas and stuff like that. And it's going to be free for people that kickstarted Hollow Knight 1 back in 2015 or so, somewhere around there. Otherwise, it's probably just going to be like $20 or whatever the price was for Hollow Knight. But yeah, not a whole lot of information on it yet because it was just announced today. But yeah, it's coming out and it's probably going to be dope. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
You must be excited. This was your game of the year.
I am extraordinarily excited to hear that the DLC just became another game because it was so big.
All right. This was a weird bit of news. Activision is offering refunds for people who can prove they purchased Guitar Hero Live.
Okay.
Basically...
That was you, right?
Yeah, I do have that game. I don't qualify though. Let me. Oh. So, customers may qualify for a refund if 1, they purchased Guitar Hero Live in the United States during the period starting December 1st, 2017, and ending January 1st, 2019. Okay. So I got it in the United States, but I got it before that. I got it when it came out, which was like 2016.
Okay. Sure.
Maybe 15, 16, somewhere around there. And then, 2, if you submit a completed claim form by the deadline of May 1st, 2019, and their purchase of Guitar Hero Live since December 2017 can be confirmed by Activision. So if you have like a receipt, they're saying that'll definitely help you, blah, blah, blah. Credit card statements will also help you. I'm assuming this is mainly because that was pitched as a live service. And they had recently shut down the servers for that game, which the only way to play like 90% of those songs, it was through their like live TV like on servers. You had to kind of just join in with other people who were playing it. They had music videos going. So without those servers running, there's not much to this game. So this is probably saying, hey, here's the apology. You didn't get your game for very long. So you can get a full refund. This is weird. This is a game, if you remember, they released a phone version of this game. You could buy the whole guitar and play just on your phone.
Yep.
Like at the park or something. It's a bummer this game is gone. It was cool. They were doing some weird stuff with it. I enjoyed it. It ended up on my top 10 list of that year, whichever year that was. I haven't played it in years, but it's a bummer that I can just never go back to it. So
can never go back, man.
But again, if you purchased it during in the last 2 years, maybe, or I guess technically if you purchased it last year, maybe get a refund, because why not?
Yeah. Weird. What a weird thing.
All right, before the direct, let's talk about this other news story. The developers of Wargroove have come out and said that they were told no for PlayStation 4 crossplay.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. Sean Layden has come out there. There's a few quotes I'm going to read here. First one is after following the Fortnite getting crossplay, in an interview, Sean Layden said, "People keep saying, why doesn't Sony allow more people to have it? We're open for business on this one. All it takes is for publishers and developers who wish to permission it. As ever, just work with your PlayStation account manager and they will walk you through the steps that we've learned through our partnership with Epic on how this works. I don't believe right now there is any gating factor on that." And then recently, the CEO over at Chucklefish was talking on the Reset era. I guess his account's verified. This is what this news story is saying. And here's his full statement, which is pretty interesting, and I'll just read it word for word. "We just launched Wargroove with crossplay between PC, Switch, and Xbox, so I wanted to chime in. We made many requests for crossplay, both through our account manager and directly with higher-ups, all the way up until release month. We were told in no uncertain terms that it was not going to happen. From our side, we can literally toggle a switch and have it working. Of course, policy might make it more complicated for Sony. Just wanted to provide some balance on the issue and say that it is certainly isn't a question of developers having not contacted their account managers or having dropped the ball. We were told no."
Yeah.
So it seems like there's a bit of back and forth on like who is allowing crossplay. Is Sony allowing crossplay? Are they cool with everyone?
They're not.
Sounds like they're not. Sounds like Fortnite was just big enough that they couldn't budge on this, and then I guess Rocket League got big enough as well that they bent for that.
And they might bend for this if it gets enough traction, but like in general, I think.
Yeah, it seems like they definitely have a track record of like they don't want to do it, but if enough of their users complain, then they'll let it happen just for that instance, as opposed to for everyone, and they just keep getting a PR hit every single time instead of just fixing this once and for all.
So fucking annoying, dude.
I would like to remind everybody that at the Game Awards, Sean Layden was also on stage with Reggie and Phil Spencer while they talked about how when they play together, they're stronger, and to get at, when they're not fighting, it's better. And Sean Layden didn't say a thing, but he was there standing with them.
Yep.
The guy looked you all in the eyes and just lied right to your face.
Yeah, I don't trust anything that fucker says ever.
This is so weird. Like at this point, like what is causing him to like try and be so secretive and lie at this point?
It's
like,
fucking weird. Yeah.
Like you're literally being called out on it. They have actual evidence saying, "Look, we can see that you're lying. They can literally see that you're lying. Like why aren't you just doing this?" And who in the right mind actually thinks crossplay is not going to be an inevitability?
Yeah.
Like, are there people at Sony that are just thinking it's just a phase? They'll stop asking for it sooner or later, and then we can all move on, and it'll be back to the way things should be. There's no way that's ever happening.
I want to add one more piece of bad news that we don't have here before we move on to talk about some of the good Nintendo stuff. Activision Blizzard laid off a bunch of people.
Oh, right. Yeah, good. That we should talk about that. 8%, I understand, which is 800 people. So
That's
they got what, 10,000 employees?
That does make sense. Yeah, probably across like different headquarters,
sure.
worldwide, but
And the big thing is, though, they also reported like record-breaking profit this last year,
which wasn't enough for their investors.
Which is odd. I saw a funny headline today. I'm gonna quickly see if I can find it specifically.
Okay.
There's a game inform.
I'll provide a little more context as to what's going on here.
Yeah, do that while I'm searching.
So the big thing to take from this is apparently what happened is that Blizzard had a hiring blitz not too long ago where they overhired or hired a whole bunch of people. And after Bungie pulling out from Activision or whatever, and them closing down their Heroes of the Storm stuff or like slowing down on it, this sounds like it was a lot of people in the publishing and specifically the esports side where the layoffs were happening, mainly because of like that stuff. Their kind of focus away from that stuff, just in large. But yeah, man, I don't know. There's something really dirty when the company's like, we've made the most money that we've ever made ever. Goodbye.
Yeah, I did. People. To their credit, though, I did see like the person who was primarily reporting on this days before it happened was Jason Schreier over at Kotaku. A lot of info was coming from him. Sure. It sounded like this was kind of a surprise to the employees at Activision themselves. Which
actually, a bunch of them apparently still don't know if they're gonna have jobs.
What I did see, however, was they're going to be doing severance packages. Good severance packages, I think, I saw in the report, which is awesome. At least this wasn't a crazy thing like Telltale where it was just like, no, we're done, goodbye, the end of it. Don't expect anything. Because, keep in mind, severance is something a company does not legally have to do. Mm-hmm. It is something that employers who have like a heart or can afford to make it easier on someone when the job is no longer available. It's just kind of seen as like a goodwill thing that like most places should do if you have a heart, but they're not legally required. So at least it's nice to hear that they are doing that for these people.
Yeah,
it's not all bad news. I did find the article I was looking for. This is over at PC Gamer. They have I'm just gonna read the title for you. Ubisoft reports strong profits, doesn't fire 800 people.
That's, yeah. I saw a few delightfully cynical and petty like headlines and memes and stuff about this. Like a picture of that dude that was presenting at Diablo with Blizzard put across his head. The caption, "What, don't you have jobs?" or whatever. Like just a bunch of vitriol and shit surrounding this on all sides. But yeah, man. I don't know. It still doesn't sit well with me. It sucks. It just sucks. And luckily, the industry is very good about picking up people from other places.
Right, you see that on Twitter all the time.
So at least there's that.
Honestly, if I was in some kind of like asset creation, like a coder, a programmer, an artist, something like that, and I worked on games, I think you should go work for Epic at this point. Kinda. Like, that seems so stable. They're making so much money. Like, just thinking long term, everyone should just end up at Epic. It sounds like, because they're gonna treat you well. I've actually heard really great things about how they treat their employees and everything like that.
I'm sure.
So, like, go work at Epic.
They put up a thing on that tweet or whatever saying, hey guys, we're hiring, like, hit us up, like, some perks include this and this. Also, we take 2 weeks off after E3 because why not?
Yeah, I did see that. Yep. because why not? Exactly. Yeah. So, all right. The big news for this week, there was a Nintendo Direct. I have an article here, hopefully.
That was yesterday, right?
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I have an article here. Hopefully it has everything in there. It's not organized in the order that things were released. It seems like it's organized by kind of how big the announcements were. I'm going to start and say straight off the bat, I thought this Direct was awesome.
I thought it was okay. I got the thing I wanted. So,
all right, well, let's just go through these headlines as we go down. They announced Super Mario Maker 2.
that's the thing I wanted.
That's
right away.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Really curious how this will work with if the Switch is docked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, as someone who didn't really make levels, he just played levels. I kind of don't care.
Yep.
I just want to play weird Mario levels again.
Yep.
And it's nice to have that on the Switch. Hopefully, because Mario Maker 1 was great on the Wii U, which was a non-portable console.
Yes.
They then released Mario Maker on the 3DS, a portable console, and it was absolute garbage.
Yep.
So now we have a console that is both portable and not, and I'm curious if it's going to be the good Mario Maker version or if it's going to be hamstrung by these weird 3DS rules in some way.
I think it'll be the good one, and I think you're going to need Nintendo Online to get that stuff.
I'm sure you are going to need Nintendo Online. I mean, at this point, you should just expect you're going to need Nintendo Online
for everything.
Just like on you know, on Xbox, you need Xbox Live Gold to play anything almost. I just hope there's no weird like restrictions about like if it's in handheld mode, you need to there's like a time limit, or you know, there was a bunch of weird restrictions on the 3DS one.
I didn't actually ever play the 3DS one. Do you know what they were off the top of your head?
The like restrictions?
Yeah.
It was stuff like you couldn't like.
I know one of them was just like no online stuff, right? Like at all, basically.
You couldn't like download stages was one of them. Like there was no browser. I don't remember them all off the top of my head. I could Google it, but you know, so could other people.
Sure.
I just remember it seeming like weirdly backwards.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if you could upload stages or if it was just like wasn't it like you could make stages, but you could only share them like locally with your friends? You could not do anything online.
Sounds right.
Like,
yeah.
So yeah, the cynical part of me hopes it's not a weird hybrid and is just they did the Wii U and they do it right.
I am excited for that game to come out because I still play Mario Maker 1, but it is impossible to find good hard levels that aren't just do these shitty Kaizo tricks 10 times in a row.
Sure. Yep.
So
I plan to get into it more this time around. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more with my friends because no one bought a Wii U.
Yep. That's true.
This comes out in June. They showed off a few kind of new things. There's slopes. You got slopes from World.
Yep.
There also seems to be like some kind of like 3D world, 2D version of it because like Cat Mario's there and stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna add a weird wrinkle to some level making.
Yeah, who knows? If you could do some of the cool perspective stuff, that'd be very cool.
Yep.
So we'll see. June seems real soon, but I'm excited for that.
It does seem real soon. Yeah.
All right, this next one was actually the very last thing. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening is getting remade for the Switch in a fantastic looking art style. They look like they almost look kind of like amiibos.
Yeah, like miniatures of some sort.
Little miniatures, yeah. Link's Awakening was the first Zelda I ever played. I'm a big fan of that game.
That's my favorite version of that type of Zelda, the like top-down view.
The 2D Zeldas, you mean?
Well, no, because if you say 2D Zelda, Zelda 2 is my favorite Zelda.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So in this, like, yeah, this is my favorite. That was my favorite of that.
This is definitely not my favorite 2D Zelda. That probably goes to like the Oracle games or maybe like Minish Cap. A Link Between Worlds is also very good. But like I said, I have some crazy nostalgia for Link's Awakening, and this art style looks fantastic. So I'm very excited for that. I was not expecting that, so that's great. Then they talked about Fire Emblem Three Houses. This was what the Nintendo Direct was supposed to be primarily about. And I actually found this to be like the dullest part of the Direct.
It was pretty dull. Yeah,
I didn't think the trailer was very good. It was just kind of really like, here's an info dump on like how all the progression works and how the like here's the training mechanics go together and stuff like that. I mean, hey, I'll play it. It's Fire Emblem. I'm looking for a new Fire Emblem at all times.
The very few like battle scenes they showed looked cool for what that's worth, I guess. They showed 2.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it'll be a good Fire Emblem. I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
thought this was the worst part of the Direct.
Romancing
it also
your
got
teacher.
delayed to July 26th. I guess it was supposed to come out spring of this year.
Mm-hmm.
So there's another summer thing. We got a new game from Platinum Games called Astral Chain.
This looks dope. I'm stoked about this.
This was like it looked like a 2-player kind of action combat game. Devil May Cry, but you control 2 players. I made a joke that it was like, this is a remake of Ice Climbers.
It's weird because it's almost like you control like your like a persona version of you at the same time that's like chained to you, and like it looks like it might use like both sides of the.
Well,
like
because it was like 2 cops, right?
Yeah.
And they both transformed into like body armor or something, like, because they had like a like a weird arm thing, and I was like, is it time to duel? Like, what's going on here? And then like, I don't know. I had a lot of real good jokes. You should have been sitting beside me. This is coming August 30th. New game from Platinum. Looks real stylish.
Looks cool. Yep.
Box Boy is coming to the Switch. Man, I'm stoked for some more Box Boy. I'm glad this wasn't just a weird like 3DS. Forget about Box Boy. It's coming with 2-player co-op, which is fantastic. Box Girl is there.
Yep.
What do we got? Time to get really mad at your friend as you play through 270 different stages in Box Boy plus Box Girl, which you'll also play as a Cutie, who is twice the height of Box Boy. So they're doing some more box stuff.
Yep. Box Boy is really fun. So, sure.
Excuse me. Dragon Quest IX is coming to the Switch. Okay.
Yeah.
Then they went through Tetris 99, as we mentioned before. That game's already out, so go pick that up. Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker for the Switch is getting a free update that's adding 2-player co-op to every level in that game, as well as 18 new challenges and 5 new courses through some paid DLC.
Yeah, it seems like a good time for like a Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Like, let's play a game together.
I wish I hadn't played through that game on the Wii U so that I could be playing, so that I could get this one and play it. But I'm not going to buy this one just for the new stuff.
Yeah.
Like, just another way Nintendo is thanking me for being a devoted customer to their Wii U. Daemon X Machina, we got another trailer for that.
I did play this demo, actually.
You did? Okay.
It was real fun.
Talk about that.
No, I'm super excited for it. I want to see more of that game, though. Like, it seems like it has a pretty good gameplay loop of just like doing the mission, getting parts for your mech, and like progressing the story and whatnot, and then like changing your mech out and stuff. Like, I've been wanting another Armored Core for a long time, and this seems like a weird anime version of that, maybe.
Okay. It has a great art style.
It's
all kind of cell shaded.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I actually enjoyed it, so.
They showed more Yoshi's Crafted World. They also gave it a release date, which I think that was new, March 29th. It also has a demo now. Okay. I guess one of the big things in this one is you're going to be able to wear costumes. So they had like Yoshi in like a tiny milk crate carton. That game looks great.
It looks cute.
Yep, looks good. I'm looking forward to that. That's just next month, so there's another game coming out. They announced a Disney Sum Sum Festival game.
Yeah.
Okay. Square announced a game called Oninaki, which looks like another character action game. It's from the developers of I Am Setsuna and Lost Sphere. Rune Factory 4 is coming to the Switch, and they said that Rune Factory 5 is in development.
Yep.
There's more Starlink stuff, Star Fox related content coming to that game, which makes me think I feel bad for anyone who didn't buy the Switch version, because it seems like the Switch version is the one to get by far to get all of the Star Fox content.
Yep.
Smash Bros is getting a version 3.0 this spring. I don't think they talked about anything about it.
No, they'll do a very direct-centric thing when they have more, I'm sure.
Yep. They mentioned Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 again, and they said that Bayonetta 3 is still happening. Oh, a couple other things. Hellblade is coming to the Switch, which I was like, wow, I'm curious how that game looks, but that game's awesome.
It's weird because from what they shown, Dead by Daylight looks like absolute dog shit on the Switch, but I thought Hellblade from that video looked okay, which I was like, what?
Which is weird because like Hellblade is an extremely good looking game.
Yeah.
Like that, like it's photorealistic. It is very good. So I'm kind of curious what that game looks like.
It's weird.
Deltarune is coming to the Switch.
Actually soon, for free too, again. Right? Like in a month.
February 28th, not even.
Oh my
14
God.
days. Which I'm excited for that. I've been looking for some time to sit down with that, and having it on the Switch obviously gives me a bunch more time.
Yeah.
They gave a release window for Bloodstained. That's coming summer.
Right. Yep.
Most of these other games I don't care about.
Yep.
Unravel 2 is coming to the Switch. But yeah, anyways, those were the big heavy hitters. I was pretty excited about that Direct.
Yeah, it was all right. It was like, for me, it started with a bang because I wanted Mario Maker 2, and it's like, oh, we're done. Okay, everything else is gravy.
Well, I don't know. It started with a bang. It ended with a bang. They put numerous like free things that are available right now. Like, that's a good Direct. Here's a free game. Here's 2 demos. Here's another free game coming in like 2 weeks. I'll take it. Anyways, that's going to do it for the news. So let's go on to some questions. topdownperspective@gmail.com is the email address. You can also send questions to @TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Facebook group, the Discord channel, and John's P.O. Box. I'll read this first one from One Press L2P. With Nintendo focusing more on Nintendo Directs and Sony not going to E3 at all this year, do you think E3 will eventually be scraped if companies decide to just do their own thing instead of waiting to announce their games at E3?
Like, I think we've had this discussion before, but I feel like E3 just has too much of a name behind it, especially now that they've opened it up to the public to just like be kind of like a PAX or something during summer, basically.
Sure.
It's just changing focus, I think, if anything. But no, it will absolutely not be scrapped because a few companies aren't going to it anymore. I think it'll just change its to be more of a public-facing thing, and it already started.
Do you see a version where it goes so PAX there are no longer press conferences?
Oh, that's a hard one.
And you know, Nintendo's going there, but they're just showing games at it.
I don't know that it goes that far, because I think that some of the draw for people that want to go to it is that, like, even though it's a public event now, like, they still want to be there when something gets announced. So I don't know. That's a hard question.
But
I didn't consider
different
that.
than, regardless of if the people going there want to watch the press
But that's
conference.
kind of the draw, right?
The people putting on the press conference might not want to spend that money. Like,
yeah.
I'm assuming Nintendo is saving a lot of money for not having to book out a theater.
Oh, I'm sure, but, like, I don't care what Nintendo wants. They're not E3 runners. Like, I'm saying that, like, the people that pay to go to E3, I think, do so not because they want to be at this big, like, event thing. They want to be there for, like, some announcements. So I think I can't remember who throws E3, but for them to not, like, try to get other companies,
the
even
ESA,
if
isn't it?
Yeah. For the ESA to not try to get, like, if they can't get Nintendo, Sony, or Microsoft to, like, get anything, I think would be kind of the death knell for them, because I think that's the thing that, like, they kind of do and have always done that is in people's minds. Like, otherwise, why wouldn't people just go to PAX, I guess, right? Or, like, another anime con or whatever they do.
I think I could definitely see the press conferences going away entirely. And it's just, here's a well-produced video like Nintendo does, you know, the same day. Like, yeah. I think E3 as a name and as a time, allows for so much more eyeballs to be put on it that, of course, publishers are going to want to announce stuff around that week.
Sure.
However, they do also get the benefit if they wait, you know, a month or do it a month early. They're the only game in town, so all eyes are on them. Yeah, but I don't know what that difference is. They may have 100% of a smaller amount of eyes, or they have 33% of a much bigger number of eyes. I think that's the difference here. I think press conferences could easily go away because if they just run a Twitch stream, they're going to get just as many people watching it. Like. I bet 99% of the people who are watching these press conferences are already watching it on Twitch.
I mean, a lot of the people that even go to E3 watch it from their hotel room.
Exactly. So at this point, like, I don't see why they would need to rent out the room anymore.
Right.
That's probably like a couple dozen $1,000 that they don't need to spend, and they're not losing much to it. Like,
right.
It's not like a lot of public can get into those anyways. It's mostly just press, from what I understand. Yeah.
Sure.
So I could easily see it going full packs, but it just happens to, at that week, there's going to be some really cool Twitch streams, because people are, because I bet, I'm sure Twitch's traffic goes up that week, just like every other game site, because people know this is Christmas for news. I got to be checking, GameSpot every day. I got to be checking Twitter constantly for the new drops and stuff like that.
Yeah. I wonder, like, for the normie crowd, what their kind of thing on E3 is. Because, like, people that care about Nintendo will always, like, the Nintendo Direct is good for people that care about Nintendo. But, like, what about, does E3 have enough pull for the normie crowd to, like, be like, oh, there's, like, this going on and this thing looks neat or whatever? Or is that still just gamer-centric? I'm not really sure what the overlap is there.
Yeah, it's hard to know. But I bet if you're talking to a normal person, there's a much higher chance they've heard of E3 versus have they heard of PAX.
Oh, for sure.
Even though PAX happens like 4 times a year.
Yep.
So I'm sure, because there's like a difference. Like if I'm talking to my friend who plays like 2 games a year, he definitely knows E3.
Totally.
Because he follows, he has the console. But if I'm talking to like my girlfriend, I'm not sure if she knows every June, gamer news falls from the heavens and showers us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, I think E3 just will exist in some form, maybe forever, just because of the clout the name had for so long. And, like, I don't know, it's really hard to get rid of that when you have, like, a brand that people just recognize as, like, your place for gaming news, whether or not there's press conferences. I think, like you said, just the fact that it's E3 week, so this day Nintendo has a live stream, this day Microsoft has a live stream. Like, they don't have to be there, but because it's E3 week, there's eyes on it.
Yeah, and I bet, again, I bet 99% of the people don't watch them live, or they don't even watch them the day or the week of. They just have that one friend that was like, yo, did you hear about Metroid Prime 4? And then it's like, oh crap, they're doing Metroid Prime 4. Oh, I cannot wait for that.
Totally.
Like, it's kind of like if you come across someone on the street, and like just today I was hearing a couple people like, yo, you played Apex yet? And all I could think of was like, if you were asking me that, of course I've played Apex already. What are you talking about? It's been out for a week or 2.
Right.
But other people will be like, oh, I did hear about that. Yeah, it's like the Fortnite.
It's like
your
the
normals,
Fortnite.
Right?
Yeah, totally. Yep. Okay. Was there another question? No. Okay. VGC Kenny says, having recently beaten Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm conflicted. I can't decide if 3 is better than 2. 3 is a lot more fun to play. 2 has a lot of things.
We're here to tell you it's not. Next question.
Honestly, I think John might agree. I really want to.
I have no idea.
I want to probe John on what his feelings on that whole series is more, because
when he does his solo spoiler cast.
Yeah, no kidding. I can't decide if 3 is better than 2. 3 is a lot more fun to play. 2 has a lot of things, mostly little details, that 3 lacks that I prefer. Have you ever played a sequel where it's mostly better than the previous entry, but the previous entry has things that you miss in the new one? Okay. I think this is a problem most people have when they like streamline a game in general, is that they always say like, I kind of miss this thing. But like, one of the things I really miss about Mass Effect 1 from Mass Effect 2 was I really liked having...
Don't say the Mako.
No, oh god, no.
Because I was about to make that joke, but then you started saying Mass Effect, so
God, no, not Mako. The
long elevators.
I really missed how much more of an RPG it felt with my character in that. It felt like maybe too streamlined for me in 2, but like it wasn't that big of a deal. I like being able to have more control over like how I wanted to build my party, and 1 gave me that. But like it fixed so many other problems 1 had that I guess like I was able to overlook that one little thing that I missed from it. Sure.
Mass Effect is definitely the first one that came to mind of like 2 is so much better than 1.
Hmm.
I can't think of a lot of scenarios where it was like, man, I wish they had like where they got rid of stuff, because for the most part, if it was that good of a thing, they kept it because they knew it was a good thing. And if it's not
Uh-huh.
in there anymore, they took it out for a reason. They weren't just
Hmm.
trying to make it like drastically different.
Hmm.
Um, so I have a few examples of just kind of changing, like improving significantly. And
Okay.
yeah, Mass Effect 2 for sure. Um, I could almost say 3 because they like didn't have. Did 3 have loyalty missions like 2 did?
3 had like a mission where you got a whole race of people on your side for the big war, basically. But like, no, it didn't have like the loyalty missions per
Okay, I
se.
guess maybe there's a bit of a step back. I was also going to say Gears 2 is so much better than Gears 1.
Yeah, not having played either for a while, I do remember that, but I don't remember why. I think they just controlled better.
I completely dislike 1, and I really like
Oh,
Gears
really?
2.
Okay.
Um, Another one I will say, Assassin's Creed 2 is so much better than Assassin's Creed 1.
Assassin's Creed 1 was almost like a tech demo that they didn't know how to make into a game. It was weird.
Like yeah, they improved just so many things. I can't really think of a great example of like, but they got rid of something, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I would need a little more time to think out a few more examples. Really, for me, it was that one that I really... The one thing I missed from Mass Effect 2 was being able to, like, allocate points and stuff. It's kind of what I miss about, like, World of Warcraft in the last, like, 10 years, basically, from the first few, where the stat trees were more complicated in the first one, but I liked that for, like, min-maxing purposes. It was kind of the same idea that I missed from Mass Effect 2, but Mass Effect 2 was such a drastic improvement in every other way that it was easily overshadowed.
Mass Effect 2 is very good.
Yep. It is very, very good.
All right, last question comes from Hayes AC. Just like Mario and his friends have played all kinds of sports and had lots of parties, which other game franchise would you like to see in a sport or party game?
Mass Effect.
Sure, yeah. Did you
Mass
ever play
Effect Research.
the Citadel DLC? 3, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Was it
They just
3?
throw a party.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a good time. It
That's
was
a great
sad,
piece of
though.
DLC.
It's bittersweet.
It's bittersweet. Yep.
Yeah.
Um, I think I have like the best answer here.
Okay.
Because I read this question a couple days ago. I think I have the best answer here.
Okay.
WarioWare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think, what's a game that has a good cast of characters? WarioWare. Them in like a weird sports game or in a weird like Mario Party thing. I think that's fantastic.
Spike Master said Mega Man. Mega Man Soccer is ridiculous, so I will have to agree.
Uh, I guess Zelda has a big enough cast. I mean, they had Hyrule Warriors, so
You're
they
right,
could
they
do it.
did.
Um, what other
Like,
games have big?
Like Fire Emblem, if you want like the most boring Fire Emblem party ever, or something.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
do you want to be
weird.
dude with sword or dude with axe?
Yeah, exactly. Or like, yeah, blue. Do you want to be blue-haired guy with sword 1, 2, or 3? There's too many Fire Emblem characters in Smash Bros. There's too many.
Yeah.
And that's as someone who has like played all the Fire Emblems. There's too many.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think WarioWare would be very good.
Yep, I agree.
All right, that's it for questions this week. If you want to send in questions, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Facebook group, the Discord channel, and John's P.O. Box. Paul, what is your game of the week?
I'll give it to RE2 again.
Ooh, I'm going to give it to...
Can't be Crackdown. Come on.
No, I think it's probably Crackdown. It's also the game I played the most of this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably give it to Crackdown. Because the other ones were only like a couple, like an hour or two here and there.
Gotcha.
All right. I believe tomorrow we will be going live with our submission thread for our top tier patrons to submit a game for next month. So if you are a $10 backer, look for that. And yeah, submit a game that people can vote on for next week.
Yep.
Other than that, make sure to check out the Ikaruga episode that we put up a couple weeks ago and get excited for the Chroma Squad one that is coming in a few weeks.
Hell yeah.
And that'll do it. John should be back next week. Same time, same place. See you guys later.
Bye.
Happy Valentine's.